Good evening. I think this is working. Maybe. Maybe this is working. Hi, it's Meleah. And it says that I'm live. So, you have to tell me if I really am live. Oh my goodness. The Facebook has changed everything. So, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but I think I made it work. I'm gonna get a little help for next time and see what I can do here. But for right now, I think we are good. I'm recording this, it'll go on YouTube, and it'll remain on Facebook. So if you would check in, let me know if you're here, and if you can see me, if you can hear me. I'm gonna pull up Facebook on my phone as well, so I can kind of see if it's actually happening. And let's see. Oh, it looks like it is. Okay, I see, and now I see your comments. All right, Susan, hopefully this looks okay. You let me know if anything is weird. The picture actually looks pretty decent. And I had an option to add a title, but then when I clicked the title, I couldn't find out where to type it. So obviously I have a few things to learn. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put a little music on and we'll move around a little bit and get ourselves going, and then we'll get right into dancing. So let me get my music. We'll be using what are we using? Middle-Earth tonight. And let's see what we have. All right, and hopefully the microphone's working. You can hear all this. Here we go. Oh, the studio looks really big on this screen. This is interesting. All right, here we go. Let's roll our shoulders. And I'm just going to keep an eye on comments. There we go. All right, here we go. Roll shoulders back. And forward. Alternate back. Alternate forward. Now take it into the arms. Big arms. Keep moving. I'm just going to make one little adjustment on my camera. I'm going to get it. All right, that's a little better. Forward rolls. And back. Feels good. All right, open the chest. Arms go back behind you. Clasp your fingers. Open your chest. Lift. Oh, there we go. And round back. Pull your stomach in. And arch. And round. Now reach to the side. Cross your body. It's interesting, I'm watching my picture and I'm completely reversed. And then I'm watching my video and I'm the same. Oh, confusing. Reach across. And now circle the arms in front. Circle and circle. intensive a warm-up because we have a big list to cover. All right, let me know how everything sounds and looks if you've just logged on. I need feedback to figure out what's going on. All right, tonight we're looking at training our brain. This is what I was trying to do last week. Got interrupted by a technological difficulty. I couldn't get Facebook on at all. So I had to clear a bunch of history, delete the program, reload it, and then all the new bells and whistles came with it, and I just kind of went, oh my gosh, there's so much to decide. So hopefully I'll get the hang of it. So tonight we're looking, talk about training your brain. That's what I need to do. So when we do layering and isolations, our brain is a really big important part of what we do. We always say dancing is about the body and about feeling, but a lot of that is stored in the brain. So we're going to look at some ways to teach your brain to do things a little better, to control it a little better when you're doing your isolations. Just some tips and tricks to help in that direction. So we're going to start, I'll put on music again, we're going to start with just a simple arm wave, and I'm going to break that down for a bit and tell you kind of what your brain should be feeling and what your body should be feeling, what your brain should be thinking, and then we'll add it as a layer to some other movements. So let's take a look at arm waves. First thing to note is the brain works better when both sides of your body are doing the same thing. Okay, it really likes balance, loves balance. So when you're trying to learn a move, a good way to do it is to do something the same on both sides, so your brain can calm down, because otherwise it's thinking, wait, what's over here, what's over here? It gets distracted very easily, right? So if we do it the same on both sides, your brain relaxes a little bit. Okay, I can think about this movement, I can get it better. Then you can separate it once it becomes more comfortable. So that's a technique I use a lot, is to do the moves the same on both sides. So let's start with that. So roll your shoulders back and down and hold them down. Lift your ribs. Okay, now we're going to add the shoulder to the arm wave. So raise your shoulders. Now raise your elbows up and out. You should be here, right? Out to the side, not forward. So bring your elbows right out beside you, so they're going straight out. Rotate your shoulder forward so your hands can be straight down. The palm of your hand is going to be facing your body, right? So shoulder, elbow, and the hands are down, they face inward. Now extend your wrists outward, pull your wrists out from the side, wrist, middle knuckle of the hand, and extend through the fingertips. When you drop down, elbow first, drop your shoulders, they're already down, drop your shoulders, pull the shoulders in and down sort of to your waist, pull in and down, and then draw the wrists down and the fingers down. So we have a lot of steps here. So shoulders, elbow, wrist, knuckle, wave, elbow, wrist, hand. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, knuckle, wave, down through the elbow, wrist, and hand. Good. So up and down. So let's articulate it, right? I'm going to put the music on again. I think I'll turn it down just a bit. Let's articulate this one. All right, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up, 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 way down. 1, we tend to do this a little bit. When you do your wrist, the wrist comes up, then the knuckle comes up. Notice the fingers, they're still straight, right? So it's wrist, knuckle, wave, and down. Wrist, knuckle, wave, and down. You want to do your best. Put tension in your hand. When your elbow is lifted, your hand is pushing to the floor. It's not just hanging there, right? There's a lot of tension there. When your wrist is lifted, your hand is straight down. And this is what happens. We do here, here, and then we try to pick up our hand. So I want you to try to push your hand straight down. Now do your wrist, push your hand straight down. Do your knuckles, push your fingers straight down. Then you can release and wave through the hand. All right? Because I see that a lot. We see this, right? Where the elbow comes up and the hand picks up. Remember, if you've been in class with me, this is what we call the tractor, right? Because you're picking up like you're picking up a scoop of dirt with a tractor. Because your brain goes to your hands before anything else. So part of training your brain now, where we'll key into what we're up to tonight, is to train your brain to think about the right part of your body. So as I say the part, your brain goes there, right? So it's shoulder, elbow, wrist, knuckle, wave, wave, and down. Right? Shoulder, elbow, wrist, knuckle, wave, and down. So try to connect your brain to each part. Typically, your brain is thinking, pick up the arm, and when you pick up your arm, your hand lifts. It's a natural thing. When you lift something, you lift it this way, like you're picking up weights, because our brain is connected to our hands. So that's the first lesson. Get your brain out of your hand and put it on top of your arm and let it work its way down, right? So put your attention right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When it flows together, it all goes nicely in a nice row, but we want to try to avoid this. And that's mostly what I see with arm waves, for people that are just learning. So point those fingers down, put attention there, put energy in your hands so that your fingers are going straight and the energy is coming out the end of your fingertips. All right, let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll see, I can see on the screen, I like a little, oh, there's a little curl happening, right? If it sneaks in there, okay, it's not the end of the world. You're just trying to make it more straight, that the fingers shouldn't really scoop underneath, but sometimes they just have to do it. So let's try doing our arm waves together, right? And then we're going to try them separated, right? Once your brain is figuring out. So an exercise that you can do, and we'll use this method a couple times, is first we do a move with 2 pieces together, right? Two parts of your body together. And that is going to be the easiest for your brain. Then, to prepare, to make it more difficult, we're going to just think about the next step. So we're going to be doing our arms together, and we're going to think about alternating our arms. Then we're going to alternate our arms. So you have to train your brain first to think about the move before you do it. All right? It's a really cool thing, and you'll feel your brain going, oh, it's a really interesting thing that goes on in there. So let me put the music on. Let's try. All right, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, 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 out, and wave. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, and down. 6, 7, 8. Now keep going. Find your right arm. Think about alternating 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, think about 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so start again with 4, 5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now make it small. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When you go faster, you have to make it smaller. Otherwise, it's just, it looks frenetic, right? You look like a bird, really trying to fly. So, smaller, shoulders back. You really have to be tall. Drop your shoulder, lead with the elbow. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And lift, 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 lift. Take it down, 2 counts, down low. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now think about coming up. 2 counts. Keep going. Now up higher. Drop your shoulder. You won't be able to bend your elbow. Upper arm waves. They bend backwards. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alternate. Bring it down. Now back to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your brain in your arms. Extend your fingers long. All right, relax it. It's a good drill for the arms, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, so now let's put something over it, okay? So let's try Amis. So first of all, just kind of shake yourself out a little bit. Actually, we'll do 2 things. We'll do shimmies and we'll do Amis. So when you shimmy, if you're been dancing for a little while and you've somewhat mastered your shimmy, the shimmy is somewhat mindless, meaning you don't have to think so hard. But remember back to when you did, and you were really trying to learn it, and it was really hard, right? You put a lot of attention on it. Now maybe it's still hard now, or maybe it's a little easier. Everybody's in a different place. So we're gonna start the straight leg shimmy, the Egyptian style. So push your knees back. You can see, oh, this is kind of a good view. Look, you can see my, where am I? There I am, in the mirror. So that might be a little helpful. So push the knees back, chest up, tailbone under, nice and long. I'm going to turn this way. There we go. Push your knees back. So we're doing the same thing on both sides, meaning the brain is not really working that hard. So when we add an arm wave to this move, right, it's not going to be as hard because this particular move on the bottom is an equal move on both halves of your body. So you just kind of have to press start and get your shimmy going, right? And then we're going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go through the numbers and the positions, all right? And we're going to use the think of it first, then do it technique, all right? So let's try this and see how it feels. Start your shimmy, shoulder rolls. Let me see. There. Little different tempo. All right, pick a shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now think about only 2 counts. So we about your arms? What percentage? What percentage is thinking about your shimmy? Is it 50-50? Is it 70-30? Is it 60-40? And bring it back. Center. It might change. This is an easier position, so maybe here it's just 50-50 or 60-40 in favor of the arms. Then you start to move your arms and they go down. Oh, that's a new position, so maybe now it's 70-30 because we're paying more attention to the arms. Think about the percentage that you're using. Now go back up. Above the shoulder is an upper arm wave, shoulder to ceiling. This is the most difficult position, so maybe now it's 70-30, 80-20. All right, relax it down. Let your shimmy go and release. All right. So hopefully this is starting to make sense. A little bit. When you train your brain, you determine what percentage you're going to pay attention to something. This is how you learn to layer. So that was the first one. Not super difficult because, like I said, we're doing the same thing on both legs. All right? Now, let's see, Ami. All right? Ami is somewhat the same. However, it moves from right to left and left to right. So you do have to think about a whole bunch of different muscles. You're not just shaking your legs. So, get your Ami going. Tuck your tailbone under, right? And tuck your belly. Tuck, release, tuck at your stomach. Oh, warmed up. I just had dinner. That might have been a mistake. But I was so hungry. Oh goodness. All right, come on down. And then there's the yard work. Oh, I'm paying the price. All right, tuck. Oh, and around. Okay. So, get your stomach going. Pull in, get your Ami going. There we go. Now reverse it. So your Ami is a little more seated, all right? Oops. I'm looking, okay, good. All right, I'm just looking at comments. Looks like we've got, everybody can hear and see me, so that's nice. Hi Michelle, hi Abby, hi Susan. I'm so glad you're here. All right, around we go. So, start training your brain right now. Do your Ami. We're not going to worry about tempo right now. Now, imagine your arms moving, okay? So, first of all, we're going to move them together. Then we're going to alternate. And you can alternate in any position that you want to. It doesn't have to be a certain position. So, let's get our Ami going. Around and around and around and around and around. And switch directions. Oh, my back is tight. Oh, this is going to be tough. All right, get your Ami going the way you want it to. You can switch directions whenever you want, but get it going. Think about, start moving our arms in a wave together, right? Both arms going at the same time. So give your Ami 100% of your attention. Okay, now carve out a little like 30%. Think about your arms going up and down, and up and down, and lift and down. Now for real, up and down, and up and down, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Put some kind of a rhythm in your body. It doesn't have to be my rhythm. Up and down. So they work together. Now, figure out, what's the brain doing? How much percentage is the arms? And how much percentage is the hips? And take a rest. I am 50-50 right now because my back is really sore. So, that elongation of those low muscles, yeah, I didn't know that until I started doing it. So, it hurts, right? So I'm thinking about it more. It's not as natural. I'm really pushing it and trying to make it happen, right? And then the arms, when you do something circular, your arms kind of want to go with it, right? You know how we like try to coordinate things? So for my brain right now, it's 50-50. See how it is in your brain. All right, let's get the Omni going. Maybe switch directions. Now think about arms going together, up and down and up and down, just a small percentage. Now alternate, 2, 3, 4. Arms together, up and down and up and down and lift and lower. Divide your attention. Alternate arms, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Hold the arms up. Switch directions with your Ami and flow down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Alternate, up and down. Whoops, other side, up and up and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So who's getting more attention? Because now we've added an alternating arm with the hip that's kind of alternating as well. So are you still 50-50? Are you 70-30 with the arms, right? So you have to really hold that position, hold that percentage, really get into your head and think, all right, how am I handling this? How is this working? If something is running away with something else, right? If you are doing the arms and you're losing your Ami, or you're doing your Ami and then your arms are doing something mystical, then it doesn't make sense. You've somehow given your hips 90% and you only have 10% left for the arms, so they're wavering, right? So you have to grab it back and say, whoa, no, wait, let's put more attention. So think about, feel what's maybe not working and see if you can give it a little bit more attention. All right, let's try. Circle. 1, 2. Ready? Here we go. Together. Down. Up. Down. Alternate. 1, 2. 1, 2. Switch directions with your Ami. See if it's better or worse. Sometimes it's worse, depending on which way you like to go. How much attention now? I am 70-30 hips. Because this is the way my hips don't like to go. My back is sore, so I'm really trying to make it work. So 70% is making my Ami happen. These arms are just la la la, they're a little happier, right? So I got 70 on the hips, 30 on the arms. Everybody's gonna be different. Around we go. 1, 2, here we go. One more time. And alternate. Divide it up. Give one a little more attention if it needs it. There's always going to be one that's more autopilot than the other. When they both need a lot of attention, that's when we have problems. Switch directions. Switch. And release. Whew. Okay. Okay. It's kind of hard, isn't it? Yeah. When you really pay attention to it, it gets a little tricky. All right, let me see what this next tempo is. Whew. All right. that gonna look like? How well is that gonna do? I'm just gonna see if I have a tempo that will work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So let's get our figure eight going. There we go. And then pull it forward. So we're going to try to do every 2 counts. This is a nice tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ready, and go back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get comfy, right? Get the 8 where you're feeling, all right, I don't need to think about it very much. Right now it's getting 100%. All right, arms in position. Now just think. Think about your arms. Up for 2, down for 2. How's that going to feel? How much attention are they going to need? Lift. Lift. Up and down. Up. Here we go. Up and down. Up and down. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and down. Up and down. Think about alternating. That's going to take more attention. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, my hips are running away with me, right? I didn't win that battle. Let's try again. We'll see how you go. I feel like actually you're doing better than I am. So I'm counting the music, thinking about you, thinking about, I'm getting way too much input. So, my hips were going, and then they were skipping, right? Getting ahead of me, which means I didn't control them enough. All right, so let me tell you one other thing that I just remembered. There's different ways to approach this, all right? So we just did it, because everybody's brain is different, right? You have to figure out your way, your way that works. So we just did it from the hips, right? Because that's usually the stable one, right? But you can also approach it from the other end. So what we're going to do for this next drill is start the arms, right? Get those going, and then we're going to add the hips and see how that feels. We're going to start at the top, work our way down, right? There's always different ways to do it. So we're still on a 4 count. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Think about your hips. Do the figure 8 in your mind. Give it some attention. Get it ready. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Lift and lift. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So how much attention are you giving it? Do you need more on the arms? Do you need more on the hips? So we're doing different tempo. Going on, yes? Hopefully, yes. Oops, I just lost you. Okay. So what's going on is the hips are going left, right, left, right, left, right, okay? Arms are going up, down, up, down, up, down. Shoot, would you get back on here? There, I'm trying to get my page. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we're counting 1, 2, 1, 2, but the hips are going 1, 2, 1, 2, and the arms are going 1, 2, 1, 2. What really wants to happen? 1, 2, 1, 2. They all want to go together, right? The arms and the legs and the hips all want to go 1, 2, 1, and they can't. right? It's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 hips, 1 arm. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hip, hip, and 1 arm. Okay. So, sometimes you really have to fight for that and think, okay, where is my tension? So, it seemed in my whole body, my hips are fighting. Okay, the arms seem to be okay. It's the hips, right? So I'm trying to give them more attention to make them behave and do what they're supposed to do. So there's lots of good things for you to chew on. Play with different tempos of the body. Something going faster than another, something going center versus something going side to side. And really get into what's my brain doing. All right, we're going to do one more drill. A little bit easier. We are just going to ami our hips on tempo. 2, 3, 4. We're going to take the arms crossing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle down. 6, 7, 8. All right? Just an ami and an arm circle. 4 counts up. 4 counts down. 4 counts up. 4 counts down. 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we'll use the same tempo. Then we're going to switch directions with the ami without stopping the arms. All right? So, here we are. Give your hips 100% of your attention. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross your arms and down. 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 6, 7, 8. Around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, hips. Go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 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 down, 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 down. How much attention on each part? Are your hips just coasting? Are they needing more? Right? We don't know. Is it 50-50? Is it 70-30? See what it is. See who needs more. 5, 6, here we go. Give your arms a little more. Stay on tempo. Switch directions with your hips. Give your hips a little more. Now switch to something easy. Shimmy. No circles. Arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. See the difference? So now it's probably 80% arms, 20% legs and hips. Because the shimmy is centered, both sides are doing the same thing. You don't need to give it as much attention. One more. Then we go back to the ami. Bring your feet in. Ready? And 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see how it switched? When you get something more difficult with the hips, you have to concentrate more. So all of a sudden, you're hardly any percent there for a shimmy. Goes, whoa, I need at least 50 or 60% to make this ami happen. And then, what's happening with my arms, right? So you have to really fight for that one. especially when you compare it to a shimmy. All right, so isn't training your brain fun? I love it because I love to feel that frustration of just like you almost can't do it, and then if you approach it from the other end or the other side, you give yourself a little break, you come back to it, then you can kind of do it a little bit better, right? And so you start to learn, oh, okay, I need to give a little more attention here, a little less here, a little more here, right? Just start shifting the scale. So you have your 100% and you figure out who's getting what, which halves are getting what. It's kind of a really cool technique that I love to practice with, and it's kind of the secret, well, it is one of the big secrets to layering and doing a couple things, 2 or 3 things at the same time. Okay, so, I think we did good. My back's about done, so, and it's almost 8 o'clock, so I think we're gonna call it good for tonight. And I thank you so much. Let's see, who is here? Oh, Kathy came, good. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Miriam. Hi. Oh, and Renee, good. I just saw it. All right, so that's it for now. With any luck, we'll be back next week at 7 on Facebook Live, assuming I can get the darn thing to work again. Hopefully this was okay for you. It looked good, sounded good. And you guys have a great night. Practice your layering, practice your percentages that we just talked about, and have fun with it. So I'm going to figure out now how to sign off. Oh, there we go. All right, I see the button. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.